Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dylan, and welcome to Dylan the Truth podcast. If you guys are new to this channel, subscribe and also hit the like button. Deeply appreciate it. You have to start off with saying rest in peace to Takeoff from the Amigos. Um, he was killed this morning. Apparently, they were in Houston playing playing a dice game, and obviously there was like a argument going on, and then one of the guys pull out a gun and start firing, and unfortunately, you know, Takeoff took a bullet to the head, and he obviously died, which is unfortunate. He died at the age of 28, like really young. So sad. Um, from what I heard, I mean, he's a very humble guy. Um, he's very low key. He doesn't like get himself into trouble. Like he doesn't look for trouble or anything like that. Like he seems to be like he was a stand up guy, from what I heard. So and also I've always said about him that he's the best rapper in the Amigos. I've always said this because obviously he's not recognized like the other two, like Offset and Quavo, because they're not as popular as those. He's not as popular as them. But I feel lyrically like he's better than those two guys. And obviously you could YouTube it and see him freestyle, and you could hear it in his music. Like he's obviously the better rapper of the three. So yeah, that's what I feel. I believe he's the best in the group, but it's unfortunate. It's a huge loss for hip hop. You I mean, this is just getting ridiculous. This leads me to the hip hop culture. And, for the past 3 to 4 years, I mean, these rappers have been dropping like flies. I mean, I could read off like the names right now of how many rappers like died from gun violence. Like, it's insane. You have XXS Tentacion, you have Juice WRLD, King Von, Nipsey Hussle, Pop Smoke, Young Dolph, Draco the Ruler, Huey, you got Trouble, PMB, Rock, and now Takeoff. You have to wonder, why is it that these rappers are just dying from gun violence? Like, what is it? Why are they getting killed by gun violence? I mean, a lot of people would contribute it to, the lyrics they have in their songs. They're rapping about drugs and violence, which you can use that, because if you notice, that's what they've been promoting. The music industry, they're promoting that stuff, and it seems to get these rappers in trouble, and for the most part, it causes a lot of them their life. So I mean, if you want to say there's a correlation, I mean you could see that, but I feel like hip hop is like the only genre in music that a lot of the artists are getting murdered, like by gun violence. You can't think of any other genre that's doing this. Hip hop is the only one. I can't think of any other genre. You don't see that in country. You don't see that for pop. You don't see that for what's the other ones? I mean R&B. I mean jazz, gospel, whatever it is. But hip hop is always the one where you're hearing about a lot of gun violence, and it's just like it seems like it's an epidemic, because it seems like this is like part of the hip hop culture. Like once you're a rapper, best believe, okay, there's a chance that you might get murdered by whoever. It could be somebody in your circle. It it could be a police that takes him out or some random guy. But it just seems like it's always happening in hip hop, and you have to ask yourself this question: why is this only happening in hip hop? Well, like I don't understand. Like I mean, obviously, sometimes like some of these rappers, like they rap about certain things. A lot of times they're not gonna do it. It's maybe just how they feel, and they're just rapping how they feel. I mean, a prime example of that is Young Thug and Gunna. They didn't get murdered. They just, they're in jail. But they used the RICO case. They used the lyrics for the RICO case, which is that's just wrong. Like you can't be using somebody's lyrics against them to put a RICO case on them. Like that's just ridiculous. But things like that happen. So I mean, the only thing I would say about that is I wish like they more put out like positive things in hip hop. Like I sick of what they're doing in hip hop where they're just keeping it into one lane. It's like it seems like everybody has to rap about guns and violence. Like why don't you guys try rapping about other things? Like there's no balance in hip hop. And I feel like when they just keep rapping about those things, sometimes, it tends to lead to death, which is unfortunate. So, I mean, hopefully this could all change, but I don't know if this will happen anytime soon. This has been going on for a while. I mean, I'm just listing off like rappers that got killed in the past 4 years. This has been happening in hip hop. Like I could go way back. Like Tupac got murdered in '96. Biggie got murdered in '96 in '97. Freaky Tah got murdered from Lost Boys. Scott LaRock, I could go way back with that one. From with him and KRS One, the Boogie Down production, he got murdered. I mean, Big L got murdered. I mean, it's been happening, but for the past 4 years, like it's really getting out of hand, and you just have to ask, like, what is really going on here? Like, why are all these rappers just dying like this? It's just crazy. And then, which leads me to the black community. Um, you know, I mean, the hip hop community obviously is like predominantly black, so it does link with the black community. And I feel like, which is so frustrating is that black people just continue to kill each other. Senseless killing. Why they keep doing it is beyond me. I have no idea why they keep doing this. And it's like they hate to see somebody else be successful. Like if somebody made it, you would think, okay, they're gonna probably bring, the rest of the crew up, or it would motivate that person to work harder to get to where that guy is, like on his level. You would think it would inspire a lot of these people, but they have more of a crab in the bucket type mentality where they just want to keep you on a certain level. They want to keep you where they are. They don't want you to move up. They want to keep you there. Like they don't mind if they move up, but they can't see like certain people moving up ahead of them, which is such a stupid mentality. Like I don't understand that. If you look at any other race, like you have the Indians, you have the Chinese, these other race, they all stick together. You don't see them killing each other. We're the only race that does this, and I don't understand why we keep doing it. Like we're killing each other over like a car, jewelries, materialistic things. Like, does that make any sense? Like that's what we're killing each other for? For jewelry, shoes, cars? Like seriously? Like, this is embarrassing. Like, think about it. These other race that looks at black people and start seeing these things, it's like they're laughing at us. We're like, because we always continue to fall into this trap where we have to like take out each other. Why can't we stick together? Why can't we, stick together and motivate, uplift everybody else? Like, and I'm talking about my brothers and sisters. Like, why can't we do that? You see how they do it, and look how they do, and they're doing fine. If we could just stick together, we would be a powerful force. But we just don't do it. Like, we hate on each other. Like, we try to show off on each other. Like, it's stupid. Like, it's so frustrating to see because it's like, yo, man, we're so much better than this. But we just keep taking each other out. So my question is, when will this end? Like, when are we gonna like look at ourselves in the mirror and be like, man, we can't keep killing each other like this, man. Like, we gotta stick together. And if we could just stick together, man, we could do amazing things. But we don't do it. We feel like, okay, if we take out another black guy, then I mean, they earn some stripe on the streets. Like, this is just retarded, man. I don't understand why they continue to do this stuff. Like, to me, I mean, this gotta end. Like, I'm sick and tired of hearing, like, a black man dying, like, getting killed by another black man. How many times have we heard this? Like, this is really getting out of hand. So all I'm saying to, like, my brothers and sisters, all I'm saying is we need to stick together. We need that unity. We need that unity like how the Indians are, how the Chinese are, and how these other races are. How they stick together. And, look how they do. Look how they're doing in the world. They're elevating. Us, on the other hand, we're basically stuck like in the bottom of the barrel. But we need to get out of that, and I know we can. I really know. I believe we can do it. So until we wake up and realize that, we realize like what we are capable of doing, what we're a team, and we're really supporting each other, and we uplift each other, amazing things could happen. And that is my take on Takeoff. The hip hop community and the black community in a whole. And hopefully, if anybody's watching this video, like, I mean, in particular, like, my brothers and sisters, black people, you guys really need to, wake up. And, we really need to support each other, man. We need to really stick together. We need that unity. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. I would like to thank everybody for tuning into this video. Have a great day. Peace.